Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading one chapter from Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter. The subject matter is nature, the enjoyer, and consciousness. In Sanskrit it is called Kshetrajna. Kshetra means the field, just like an agriculturist, they work on the field. The worker or the agriculturist owns the land and he works there, and according to his labor he enjoys the fruits. Similarly, we have been given this body as the field of activity. Every one of us, not only human being, but also other living entities. There are 8,400,000 forms of living entities. Jalajanamalakhani. In the water, there are 900,000 forms of living entity. Then Jalajanamalakhani Sabara Lakkavinsati. Sabara means the living entities who cannot move, just like the trees, plants, grass, vegetables. They are standing in one place. They are also called having no leg. Ahastani sahasthanam, apadani chatuspadam. This is nature's law, that the living entities which have no hands, they are eatable for the living entities who have hands. Ahastani sahasthana, apadani chatuspada. And the living entities which cannot move, they are the food for the living entities which has got 4 legs. Nunam mahatang tatra jiva jivasya jivanam. In this way, the weak is the food for the strong. This is the law of nature, that one living entity is the food for another living entity. So, when a person eats another living entity, it is not unnatural. This is nature's law. But when you come to the human form of living entity, you must use your discrimination. Just like one living entity is food for the another living entity, it does not mean in the lower animals, sometimes the father and mother eat the offspring. But in the history of human society, it has not come into notice that the father and mother eating the offspring. But time has come when the mother is killing offspring. That has come already. This is due to Kali Yuga. So, Here, Arjuna's question is to understand the field and the worker on the field. He questions Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna inquired from Krishna, Prakriting Purushang Chaiva Kshetrang Kshetragam Mevacha Etad Veditum Ichchami Jnanam Gyayam Cha Keshava. Krishna's another name is Keshava. So, he is addressing Krishna, my dear Keshava. I want to know these subject matters, Prakriti, Purush. Prakriti means nature, material nature. And Purusha means the enjoyer, just like the living entities. We are trying to enjoy this material nature. Another Prakriti Purusha means, real Purusha means the supreme enjoyer, God, Krishna. And Prakriti means which is enjoyed. Another meaning, Prakriti means woman and Purusha means man. So, this material world is going on. One party is trying to enjoy and the other party is being enjoyed. So Arjuna wanted to know what is the distinction, what is the integral part and parcel of this Prakriti and Purusha. Then Kshetrang Kshetragya. Ga means one who knows. And Kshetraga means one who knows the field. Just like the agriculturist, the cultivator, he knows that this is my field. He works there. Different cultivator works in his own field. So this Kshetra means this body. Kshetra, the field of activity. We have got different field of activities. So Kshetra, Kshetra Gancha, Kshetra Meva, Etad Veditum Ichchami. My dear Krishna, I want to know from you why he wants to know from Krishna. Because Krishna is infallible. Whatever knowledge we get from the infallible, that is perfect knowledge. Ordinary human being, they are not perfect. Ordinary human beings, they are subjected to 4 deficiencies. We are ordinary human beings, we commit mistake. That's a fact, every one of us. We are illusion. Our senses are imperfect. And with all these paraphernalia, when you want to teach, that is not teaching, that is cheating. Because I am imperfect. How can I be teacher? That is not possible. Therefore, we have to learn from a person who has no defects in his life, or a liberated person. A liberated person means he does not commit mistake. He is not illusion. He does not cheat, and his senses are not imperfect. This is the 4 signs of liberated person. So, our process, the Krishna consciousness movement means we take knowledge from Krishna who is liberated from these four kinds of deficiencies. That knowledge is perfect. Similarly, Arjuna is also inquiring from Krishna. Etad veditum icchami. Etad veditum icchami jnanam jnayam cha Kesava. What is actual knowledge and what is the subject matter of knowledge? That means 6 questions are presented by Arjuna before Krishna. 1, Pyar Prakriti Purush, Kshetra Kshetrajna, and Jnanam Jnayam. What is knowledge and what is the subject matter of knowledge? 6 questions. See Bhagavan Vacha. Now here Krishna is speaking, but Vyasdev, who recorded this dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, he is writing Bhagavan Vacha. He does not say Krishna Vacha. Krishna may be misunderstood, but Krishna is Bhagavan. He wants to stress on this point. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated by Vyasdev that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Similarly, in the Brahma Samhita, it is stated Ishara Parama Krishna. Ishara means controller. So Parama means the supreme. So every one of us, we are more or less controller. But we are not supreme controller. We must know this. Ishara Parama Krishna. There are some men who claim to become Ishara, to become God. So we have no objection that if somebody says, I am God or I am controller, we have no objection. But if somebody says that I am supreme God or supreme controller, then we have got objection. Supreme means he has no control. And ordinary controller, just like we are, you are controller, you are controlling some sphere of life, I am also controlling some. But I also being controlled. But Ishara Parama Krishna means he is the supreme controller. He has no controller over you. He controls everyone, but he is not controlled by anyone. Therefore it is called Ishara Parama Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. These are the Vedic statement and our process of knowledge. Veda. Veda means knowledge. Vetti Veda Vida Gyan. Supreme knowledge. Perfect knowledge. That is Veda. So, Krishna is the supreme person. He is the speaker of Vedas. The subject matter of Vedas is to know Krishna. Vedaishcha sarvai ahameva vedam. If you are a student of Vedas, then you must have clear conception of God. That is real knowledge. No vague idea, but clear conception. That is knowledge, Vedic knowledge, ultimate. Therefore, the Vedanta philosophy. Veda means knowledge, and Anta means the ultimate. Everything has got ultimate. So Vedanta means the ultimate knowledge of Vedas. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. You find in the 15th chapter, Vedaishcha sarvai ahamiva vedyam Vedanta vid, Vedanta kritcha aham. So he is the compiler of Vedanta philosophy and he is the knower of Vedanta philosophy. Therefore, Arjuna is asking from Krishna because he is the ultimate knower. And ultimate Supreme Person means Bhagavan. Bhava means opulence. And Van means one who possesses. The word Sanskrit, Bhat, it is added when there is the question of possessing. Astathe, Bhat and Bhat, Pratyaya. This is Sanskrit grammar. So Bhagavat, Bhaga means opulence. Opulence means 6 kinds of opulences. Sarasajya Purna, all wealth, all fame, all strength, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation. These are the opulences. We can have some money. You have some money, I have got some money. But none of us can claim that I have got all the monies. That is not possible. That is claimed by Bhagavan. I have got some strength, you have got some strength. But nobody of us can claim that I have got all the strength. So one who possesses all the wealth, all the strength, all the fame, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation, he is called Bhagavan. The meaning of Bhagavan is this. Saraisajya Purna. Therefore, Vyasdev says, Bhagavan Uvacha. He is not ordinary person he is speaking, who is full with all knowledge, because that is the qualification of Bhagavan. He is competent with all knowledge. So Bhagavan Uvacha. So what does Bhagavan say? Idam shariram kaunteya khetram iti avidiyat. My dear Kaunteya, Arjun's another name is Kaunteya, because he is the son of Kunti. His mother's name is Kunti. Therefore, he is addressed as Kaunteya. And Kunti has got relationship with Krishna. Kunti is the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Therefore, out of affection for his aunt, he is addressing Arjuna as the son of his aunt Kunti, Kaunteya. Idam shariram Kaunteya kshetram, the field of activity, iti abhidhyate. These 2 answers. Out of the 6 questions, Khetra, Khetragya, Prakriti, Purush, Gyan, Gyan, is answering the first 2 pair. What is Khetra? So Krishna said, this body is the Khetra. Khetra means this body. And Khetragya, etadja veti, this body, one who knows this body. Etadja veti tang prahu kshetragya, he is called Khetragya. It's like I know my body, the pains and pleasure of my body, the necessities of my body, how I am situated in this body, I know. You also know. You are about your body and about my body you do not know. What pains and pleasure I am feeling, what pains and pleasure you are feeling, I do not know. But I know the pains and pleasure of my body. You know the pains and pleasure of your body. Therefore, in relationship with your body, you are Kshetrajna, and in relationship with my body, I am Kshetrajna. My body is Kshetra, the field of activities, and your body is the field of activities. So this is clear conception of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. The body is called Kshetra, and the knower of the body, if you simply study our body, if we simply take this question little seriously, whether I am this body or I am different from my body. You study each and every part of your body, you study your finger, you know, or I know it is my finger. I do not say it is I finger, it is my finger. Therefore, I am different from my body. Just like I say, this is my shoe. So I am not the shoe. Similarly, you study every part of your body, you know that it is your body. You are not this body. This is study. This is meditation. First of all, study your body. Whether you are body or you are different body. That is actually, the other day I was speaking, that a man's father has died and he is crying, my father has gone. So my father, your father is lying on the bed. The father which you have seen so long, lifelong, the body that is on the bed, why you are crying, your father is gone. That means he has never seen his father. Neither the father has seen the son. Everyone sees this body, but not the owner of the body. That is the defect of modern education, that everyone by contemplation can understand that this finger is my finger, not I finger. Still he cannot understand that he is different from this body. That is to be understood. That is real knowledge. Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam. One should have very clear knowledge that I am not this body. This is my body. You are not this body, it is your body. You are spirit, I am a spirit. We are different from this body. This is the first instruction given in the Bhagavad Gita in the beginning. Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumara juvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhiras tattva namayati. We are not this body. I am not this body, you are not this body. We are changing body every moment, imperceptibly. Changing body. Sometimes it is found that this child has grown now to become a boy. But he has not become suddenly a boy. The body has changed. Body has changed every minute. But all of a sudden, or at a certain moment, we see that the body has changed. So, this is real knowledge, that I am not this body, I am changing my body, and when I shall finally change this body, I will get another body. This is my position. Tatha dehantara prapti. So, Krishna says, etalja vetti tang prahu kshetrajna iti tad vidaha. If one understands that he is not this body, he is different from this body, from practical example and practical experience, one can understand it. Especially human being can understand it. And if the human being neglect this understanding, then he remains animal. Saeva gokara. That is the injunction of the Shastra. Jasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhatuke sadhik kalatrādishu bhauma yujjati jat tirtha buddhi salilena karhichit janeshu avijñeshu saeva gokara. Jasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhatuke. This body, according to Ayurvedic system of medicine, this body is made of 3 elements, papa, pitta, vata. Mucus, bile and kapha. So anyway, tridhatuke, this body is made of material elements. I am spirit soul. I am not material element. Aham brahmasmi, I am spirit soul. This is knowledge. But if one does not take this knowledge, he remains with the bodily concepts of I finger, not my finger, then he is in ignorance. I head, not my head. Nobody says I head, everyone says my head. And find out who is I. This is knowledge. Therefore, Krishna says, etadja vetti, one who understands this simple education in the beginning. Etadja vetti, if anyone understands this, that I am not this body, I am the owner of the body, I am the occupier of the body. The body is just like a rented house, and there are 2 interested persons. One is the occupier and the other is the owner. That will be explained. That I am the occupier of this body. I am not actually owner. The owner is Krishna or God. This house is owned by Krishna or God. But just like the field, the agriculturist, the cultivator takes the land from the king or the government. He pays little tax and he works on it. Similarly, everything belongs to God. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Nothing belongs to us. We also belong to God. This is knowledge. But God has given this piece of farm or land for our activities. That will be explained in the next part. Krishna says, Khetraganchapi manavidhi. Khetraga means body is khetra, and the living entity is the occupier of this body. So Krishna says, there is another occupier, interested person of this body. Khetraganchapi manavidhi. That is myself. Khetrangan chapi manavidhi sarva khetresu bharata. What is the distinction between these 2 persons? One is the occupier and the other is the owner. He says, sarva khetresu bharata. In all different bodies, I am the owner. The living entity, he is the occupier, just like a big landlord. He has got many houses, and in each house or each apartment there are separate tenants. Similarly, everything belongs to God. Ishavāsno idam sarvam. Everything belongs to God. Nothing belongs to us. But the same relationship. He is the owner. We are simply occupied. There are 2 persons interested in this body. One is the individual soul, living entity, and the other is the super soul, God. He is also within this body. Where he is staying, Ishara sarvabhutana riddeshe arjuna tishtati. God is living within the core of the heart, and the living entity, he is also living within this core of the heart. They are living just like two birds sitting on the branch of one tree. These are the Vedic statements. There are two birds sitting on the branch of the same tree. One bird is eating the fruit of the tree, and the other bird simply witnessing. This is the Vedic statement. So, the eating bird, we are living entity. We are eating the fruit as we are working, and the result of our working we are enjoying. But God, the super soul, he is not interested in eating the fruits of the tree. He is self-satisfied. He is simply observing how you are working. Because we are working with this body, and God is situated in the same heart. The God is there, and with individual soul also there. So, why he is there? Because he is friend. Suridam sarvabhutana. It is stated in the Vedas that two friendly birds. God is our actual friend, well-wisher friend, Suhridam. He is simply trying to turn our face towards him. So long he does not do so, he is changing different body. And God is also going with him. He is so friendly. Just to advise him in due time that why you are changing from one body to another, one body to another. Why don't you come to me and live peacefully, blissful life? That is God's mission. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati tadatmanam sajamyaham. So, God is so great friend of us. He is always witnessing. And as I am desiring, God is giving us facility. All right. You want to enjoy like this, you take this body and enjoy. Actually, you are not enjoying. When we have no discrimination of food, we can eat anything and everything. Let's take the hogs and pigs. So, God says, all right, you take the body of a pig and hog, and you can eat even up to stew. I give you the facility. That is, as we are desiring, so God is supplying a type of body for our enjoyment. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani jantrarudhani maya. He orders material nature that this individual soul wants a certain type of body to enjoy like this, so give him. So material nature immediately makes ready a type of body. Jang jangavapi smaran loki tajantandri. So at the time of death, as our desires, my mind is obsessed with certain type of desire, immediately a similar body is ready. The Daivanatrena, by superior law, the living entity is entered into the womb of a particular mother, and he develops the particular body, then he comes out and enjoys the suffering. This is going on. Bhutta bhutta praliyati. So, God is witness. He is along with us always. Whatever we are desiring, whatever we are working, he is witness, and he is giving the result. Therefore Krishna says, Hitragan chapi man vidhi. I am also one of the occupant of this body. But what is the difference between you and me? You know simply about your body. I know everything of everyone's body. That is the difference. Kshetrangan chapi mang vidhi sarva khetresu. God knows what are the desires and activities of a little ant, and He knows what are the desires and activities of Lord Brahma, the biggest living entity within this universe, and the smallest everywhere. God. It is said, Ishara sarvabhutanam riddesha arjuna tishtati. He is situated in everyone's heart. It does not mean that He lives in the Brahmin's heart and not in the ant's heart. Everyone's heart. A small insect, a full stop-like size. It has also the same anatomical, physiological structure of the body, and the same way jumping and enjoying, you might have seen. So there is no difference between the bodily construction. Everyone has got heart and everything, complete. But according to the desire and karma, we are getting different types of body. This is called material existence. So long we shall desire to enjoy this material world, God will give us facility to possess a similar body so that we can satisfy our desires. Therefore, He is situated, witness, Anumanta Upadrashta. He is overseer. And without His sanction, you cannot act. We cannot act. Therefore His name is Anumanta. He gives sanction. All right, you want to do it as you like. But ultimately, Krishna advises that in this way we'll never be happy. This constant change, repeated change of body and different types of desire, if you continue, you will never be happy. Therefore He advises, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja. You just surrender unto me and just be engaged in my service, then you will be happy. So here it is said, Kshetragang chapi mang vidhi sarva khetreshu bharata. Kshetra gaya jnanam jaj jnanam matang mamo. So this is jnana, knowledge. We must know what is this constitution of this body, who is the occupier of the body, who is the supreme occupier of this body, how they are acting, how the bodily changes are taking place, and how we are suffering in this, I say purposefully suffering, because in the material world there is no enjoyment. It is illusion. It is only suffering. Dukkhalayam asasatam. This place is dukkhalayam, simply for suffering. And if you say, never mind, it is, I shall stay here and continue like this, then it is asasatam. That also will not be allowed. You cannot stay. You have to change the position. This is material condition of life. So, Krishna, jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata, He comes down to instruct us that this sort of life, materialistic way of life, will never make you happy. You take to Krishna consciousness, you surrender unto me, act according to my advice, then you will be happy. This is Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you very much. Hare Kṛṣṇa. And there are other persons also, their bodies are made so that combined glowing of all the inhabitants in the sun planet is coming out as sunshine, and that is impersonal. But the source of this impersonal energy is person.
your divine place. Our Hindu calendar has numerous pujas, ceremonies, and celebrations. Have these any merit? Do they elevate us spiritually?
What is that? Hindu almana?
There are many celebrations and pujas in the Hindu calendar. Do these elevate us spiritually?
Well, everything requires some training. If you are thoroughly trained up, this little business is not very so important. But for the neophytes, for the lower grade person, this training is better. But nobody is following in these days. Therefore, in this age of Holi, it is recommended a common formula. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam, kalau nastiva, nastiva, nastiva gatirannada. In this age of Holi, it is not possible to follow all the regulations of rituals of any dharma, either Hindu dharma or Muslim dharma. They are now given up. So under these circumstances, it is recommended that you chant the Lord's name. That is very good. That will help you in advancing in spiritual life very easily. So, it does not mean that we are chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, therefore you have to chant also Hare Kṛṣṇa. Our request is that you chant God's name. If you have got a name of God in your religion, you chant that. It does not mean that we have to chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. If you think that Krishna is the name of the Hindus, no, if you have got every religion, it is supposed there is some name of God, then you can chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended this, that there are hundreds and thousands of names according to time, country, place, circumstances. They call God by different names. So, you can chant whatever you know as God's name. Otherwise, we are distributing this knowledge, chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. You can chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. That's all.
Guruji, when this soul leaves this body and enters another body, how long does the soul take to enter another body? And when the soul does enter another body, does it usually take a human form?
Krishna said that he will get another body. And there are 8,400,000 different forms of body. So you can get any one of them. There is no guarantee that he will have again the human form of body. There is no guarantee. So the change of body means the soul. First of all, it is decided, karmana daivanatrena. Just like the judge discriminates the actions of the complainant and the respondent, so he gives judgment. Similarly, daivanatrena, by superior investigation, it is ascertained this man is dying, what body he will get next. That is decided. Then, as soon as it is decided that you have to enter such and such body, then you give up this body and enter that body immediately. It is said, the example is given just like when you walk, you put your step 1, 2 like this. So, when you understand your step is on firm ground, then you lift the another step and put forward. Similarly, as soon as it is decided, according to his karma, what form of body he will get, then I give up this body and enter into the womb of the mother of a certain type of body and develop that body and then come out.
I want to know what is the meaning of the Brahma and who are right to what is the Brahma. Brahma.
What is Brahman?
What is the meaning of Brahman and who wants to become a Brahman?
Brahman or Brahma? Brahma. Brahma means spirit soul. Brahma means spirit soul. Every one of us, we are spirit soul. We are covered by this material body. So, when we understand that I am not this out external body, I am Brahma, that is called Brahma Gyan. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti lavati param. This is the Brahma Bhuta stage explained in the Bhagavad Gita. When one is fully confirmed that he is not this body, he is Brahma. That is called Brahma Bhuta. When one understands that he is Brahma, then prasannatma, he becomes jubilant. He is no more morose. His anxieties are over. Brahma Bhuta prasannatma no sochati no kankati. He does not lament, he does not hankar. Samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Then he sees everyone is Brahma. The outward body is different. In this way, when he is situated, he can be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Mad bhakti lavati param. This is the different stages. So first of all, we must realize that I am not this body. The same example. I am not finger, my finger. I am not head, my head. In this way, when you come to the pure understanding that I am not this body, I am pure spirit, soul, that is Brahma. That is Brahma Gyan. I am already Brahma, but I am now forgotten. I am thinking I am this body. This is my misfortune. And when you come to this understanding that I am not this body, I am Brahma, that is called Brahma Gyan.
Swamiji, may I know the best method whereby one might kill the maya of birth and death.
Chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. That is the best method in this time. If you chant Hare Kṛṣṇa, it has no expenditure, there is no loss, and you understand everything very clearly.
He's asking Prabhupada that there's a controversial subject matter, Krishna's dealings with the gopis, and he would like to know how to view these dealings from authority.
So don't try to understand his dealings with the gopis first. First of all, try to understand Krishna. Just like if you want to know somebody, first of all you should know him officially, what he is, what is. Then you can inquire about his family affairs. Don't try to understand his family affairs immediately. First try to understand Krishna, then you will understand.
After the battle, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna to repeat the discourse that he had been telling. How can we accept Lord Krishna as a divine person or a godly person or a God?
What is that?
This question is, how can we accept Lord Krishna as a godly person, as a divine person, or as God, when Arjuna, after the battle of Kurukshetra, asked Krishna to repeat the instruction?
Repeat the instruction. Where it is? Krishna instructed and Arjuna listened to him. That's all. He never asked to repeat it. Where do you get this information? He never asked him to repeat. Where do you get this information? He never said, repeat. He understood. Immediately, as Krishna said, he understood, that's all. And he acted according to Krishna's instruction.
Is there a difference between the spirit and the soul?
No, soul means the spirit. There is no difference. What you speak about soul, that you speak about the spirit soul. That is the same thing. It is finer than the intelligence. Indriyani pararahu, indriyabha paramana, manasastu paro buddhi, buddhistu ja paro. Our gross understanding is our senses. The man means bodily senses. But above that understanding, there is the mind, the master of the senses. That is subtle. Senses are gross, but mind is subtle. I know you have got mind, you know I have got my mind, but you don't see where is the mind. Then above mind there is intelligence. That also you do not see. And above intelligence there is soul. So how you can see? You cannot see even the subtle material objects, mind, intelligence. And how you can see the spirit soul? So at the present moment, we have no eyes to see. The dimension is stated in the Vedic literature, 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. So that is not possible. Therefore, we have to perceive that here is a man living, and the same man, the same hands and legs, now dead, because that small particle of spirit is gone.
Two great Western religions believe in judgment, and the Eastern religions, Hinduism and Buddhism, believes in reincarnation. Which is correct?
Two great Western religions believe in judgment. And the two great Eastern religions, he says, Hinduism and Buddhism, believe in reincarnation, which is actually fact.
Judgment is also fact, and incarnation is also fact. After judgment there is incarnation, I have already explained. When the judgment is given, then the soul is transferred to a different body. So, the transmigration of the soul is called incarnation. And without superior judgment, the transmigration of the soul does not take place. So both of them are correct. Now you can chant. Now join with us, chant.